This is so funny and ironic to think about now, but when I first started my YouTube channel 7 years ago, everyone in my life told me that YouTube is too saturated. There are too many creators, like Jade, you'll never make it, like there's no point in creating a YouTube channel. But just 2 months after starting my channel, I went from 400 subscribers to 10,000 in a week. And in my first year of having a YouTube channel, I reached 100,000 subscribers. So I am here to tell you today that YouTube is not too saturated. There is always space for people with a unique voice. Today, I'm not only gonna tell you why you should start your channel, but also how to overcome any of the mental constraints that might be telling you that you can't. And throughout this video, the quote that I want you to hold on to, one that literally inspires me every single day, is everything in the world has already been said, but it has never been said by you. You and only you are uniquely positioned to tell your message. Only you have lived the life that you have lived. And so even if you're saying a message that a million people have said before, it will land differently with different audiences because you are saying it. And crazily, today's video is sponsored by YouTube, which just feels like such a full circle moment. I really made it on YouTube. Number 1, the skill of personal branding. Guys, we live in the age of storytelling. It almost doesn't even matter anymore how good you are at something unless the world knows about it. For example, I have a really close friend who is an incredible dancer. She's such a talented dancer, but she's struggling to find a job. In today's world, you are competing against so many talented people, but what makes you stand out, what makes you stand apart is when you can tell a story about your talents, abilities, and why other people need you. I truly think it is one of the most important skills to be learning in 2024 and beyond. And I really believe YouTube is the best platform to do that because the long form medium allows for so much depth. It allows you to put your personality across. It allows you to develop a certain flair, an editing flair. It's always weird to think of yourself as a brand. Obviously you're a human first, but when you can translate who you are into a story that other people know, that is kind of just you creating a brand, and that opens up a world of opportunities. I will never forget having the opportunity to be on The One Show, to be on TV, to be interviewed for newspapers, radios, to be a brand ambassador of incredible charities like United World Schools. Like, all these incredible opportunities came from me telling a story about who I am and what I care about in the world. Number 2, financial. You should never just start a YouTube channel to make money. I really do believe it should come from a place of passion, of having a message that you want to share. But you really can turn this into something that helps you become financially free. It's truly crazy to say, but I've been financially independent from my parents since the age of 17 because I started earning money from ad revenue, from brand deals, and there's always other ways that you can commercialize your YouTube channel. That gave me the freedom to solo travel at 18 when I took a gap year. It gave me the freedom to be able to choose a degree which is more financially burdensome. I studied in 6 countries around the world during my degree and financed it all myself, which is crazy to say, and with some scholarship. But yeah, like my living costs I paid for all myself from my YouTube channel. So if you invest in yourself and this platform, it can invest back in you. Number 3, creating a like-minded audience. When I was at school, I was bullied for caring about learning. I didn't go to a very academic school. I was the Hermione. I put up my hand like in every question. I would work my ass off to get 100% in all my tests. I just loved school. I loved learning, and I was made to feel nerdy and uncool for that. But then when I created a StudyTube channel, I suddenly was given this huge community of people who all cared about doing well in school, and it just was the most empowering feeling ever to realize I was not alone, to realize I was so cool in other ways, to realize that being ambitious in academics was something commendable. And as my life and channel have evolved, I just love this community so much. Like, I'm less invested in growth or numbers anymore. Like, I just love you guys. Like, I just love this corner of the internet. It feels like such a safe space, and you don't need to have a big channel to feel that sense of like-minded community. You can have a community of 1,000 people, but the way that they're interacting with you in the comments can just make you feel less alone and make you feel so good in the world. 4, the opportunity to inspire others around things that you care about. The feeling of meeting you guys in person and having people say, "You're the reason that I passed my exams. You're the reason I got all A stars at A level. You're the reason I decided to go solo traveling. You're the reason that I decided to start my creative endeavors and write for fun." To have parents of children start crying when they meet me because of how I've helped their child's mental health, or how my book has helped inspire them in academics. Like, Oh God, it's the best feeling in the world to know that you are having that positive impact on people's lives, and it's just me in my room talking to myself to a camera, right? But the impact of that is real. It's real people's lives that you get to touch, and like literally you just don't know who needs to hear your message. You don't know how what you have to say is exactly what someone needs to hear. And I always say that before you turn on a camera, you should try and hold in your mind an image of one person that you want to help and just direct the message at them. And if your content helps even one person, then it's worth it, right? So that is why you should start a YouTube channel, is for this incredible impact that you can have on real people. And number 5, because there is nothing more empowering than creating your own thing, creating your own little creative project, no matter what other people are saying, no matter like, you know, the fears that you've had, like you've overcome them. You've created this baby, and that is just so special. No matter what I do in the whole rest of my life, I will forever be so proud and empowered of how I have shared my voice on here. It makes me feel so confident, and I just love that. And your channel doesn't even have to have grown yet. You just feel confident because you are in the ring, you are in the arena, you are making it happen. All the other people who are like, oh, I wish I could have a channel, oh, maybe I wish I could be a creator, they're not trying. You are trying, and that is empowering. Okay, so that is why you have to start the channel. You have to do it. It's so life-changing for the better. If you have an idea, you have to actualize it. But now we're on to the how. How do you do it? Number 1, you firstly have to carve out time to make this thing happen. Guys, it is hard having a YouTube channel. It's not an easy endeavor. I used to wake up every single day before school at 5 a.m. to make my YouTube channel happen. I would spend the 2 hours before school every day researching SEO optimization, researching how to edit, how to make thumbnails, what kind of videos I wanted to make. Like, that was how I made my YouTube channel happen alongside A-levels. The amount of time you'll need differs, but you have to put at least 1 hour a day, like minimum. And so if you really want to make this happen, before you leave this video, look at your planner, look at your schedule, and block out about 1 sacred hour every single day where you are going to commit to making your YouTube channel happen. 2, pick 3 potential niches and experiment with them all. I had no idea that I'd become a study tuber. It was one of my options. I remember I had 3 pillars that I was gonna make content in and sort of see what stuck, see what I enjoyed creating, see what did well on YouTube. One of them was study videos, but another was like yoga and mindfulness, and the third was veganism, which is so strange to think now because I can't be bothered to cook and I don't really make any content about recipes or veganism, but that was one of the 3 pillars. And so I forced myself to make content around those 3 niches just to see what took off. And my advice for new creators is to commit to the idea of certain niches, because if you're making videos about every random topic, you're making like every single video is just completely different, then you're not going to become known for anything. People don't know why they're going to follow you. They can't predict what's going to come next. Your goal as someone who is currently unknown is to become known for something. For example, I was Jade, the girl who studies. And obviously there are other elements. Oh, she talks a bit about mindfulness. Oh, she's positive. But at the end of the day, I was Jade, the girl who studies. My friend Jack Edwards, he is Jack, the book guy. Very simple, very quick. You know, if you're trying to tell your friend about this person, there's a really quick one-liner about who you are. And only when you've got that audience, when they commit to you, when they're invested in you and your personality, can you really branch out into all your other interests, because they're here for you. You have to earn that trust that people will come back and watch random videos. You have to earn that by giving them something that they'll know. Commit to your niche. 3, the practicalities of filming, editing, thumbnails, I cannot overstate how essential thumbnails are. Like, almost more than the video itself. Like, you can have the best video in the whole bloody world, but if it's looking ugly on that thumbnail, I'm not gonna click. Like, I don't know what, I'm gonna think it's a rubbish video. So break down what you need to be learning. You need to learn how to make the thumbnails, you need to learn how to film, and you need to learn how to edit. What I did, and what I'd recommend, is just use this free tool of YouTube and watch a million different YouTube creators who have made videos about how to make good thumbnails. All the information you need is on this platform. Practice making thumbnails that are engaging. Start to become a conscious user as you are scrolling through YouTube. Think, why do I want to click on that? Why am I intrigued by that? Why am I skipping past this one? Start to notice, oh, like this one has faces, like a close face, and that catches my eye. This one has really bright colors that pop, that makes you want to click. I love the titles here, but this one didn't really catch me. Why is that? For filming your videos, you don't need to have a fancy camera. Like, we live in the age of spontaneous, authentic little short form content on phones. You can definitely use your phone to be a creator. I recommend having a good light source, but for me, in the whole first year of having a channel, that was just my window. Sit yourself in front of the window, prop your phone up on a bunch of books, and get filming. Just get used to the feeling of being on camera. You don't need to be perfect straight away. I recommend just learning to chat to yourself with a camera on. Like, don't even intend to post these videos, just learn to speak to a camera in a way that feels natural. The point is, start. Break it down. Commit that every single day you're gonna learn to edit a little bit more. And over time, you'll just have the skill. The skill will come to you because you're practicing. 4, find the golden ratio of videos that you enjoy making and videos that perform well. If you notice that certain types of videos are always popping off, you've got to keep making them to get your channel to grow. But at the same time, you want it to still feel like a creative passion, like a hobby that you're enjoying. So find this ratio where, like, maybe every third video is one that you really want to pop off, but the others can be just fun to keep you creating. And number 5, so important, is authenticity. Yes, take inspiration from your favorite creators, but do not copy them. Do your best to be who you are. Like, if you watch someone who's always like super on it and kind of like rah, rah, like talks in a cadence of like, you gotta do this and you gotta do this, but you're actually quieter and you're less expressive, then be quieter and less expressive. Be yourself. If you're scattered and all over the place and you're chaotic, perfect, edit in a scattered and chaotic manner. If you're very minimalistic and composed, amazing, be that. Have your minimalistic setup, speak calmly, have calm music. Like, learn to make your channel reflect you, whoever you are, and just let your authenticity radiate through. That is the most beautiful thing in the world, is when you are yourself. We are all so different. We all have such unique, incredible gifts, and that is what makes YouTube so special as a platform, is having creators with so many different styles and voices. Okay, the third section, obstacles / constraints. Number 1, the biggest bloody reason that people don't start YouTube channels is caring what other people think. And it's ironic and hilarious that we're not even that scared about what strangers think, right? You don't really care if like @Bob123 is giving you a hate comment. It's like, oh, it's fine, like who even is Bob? But when you are starting a YouTube channel, the thing that gets in your head is the people that you know. You're scared of what your peers are thinking. You're scared about what your parents are gonna say. You're scared of what your teachers are gonna say if you're in school, like me, and your teachers come up to you and say, we watched your videos in the staff room. There is this imposter syndrome where you tell yourself, why me? Why do I have a voice that's worth sharing? Why should people listen to me? Like, who am I? Who am I to take up space in the grand internet? And let me tell you, you have to learn to give yourself that permission. No one is going to do it for you. No one is going to wake up one day and grant you the permission to start an incredible YouTube channel. You have to learn to find that little flame within you that believes you're worthy enough to try, no matter what other people in your life are going to say. And they will say stuff. Like, I remember when I was in sixth form and I had a channel, like, people would go behind my back and say all sorts of things. But it's fine. I let it happen. I actually didn't start my channel in secret. I did an Instagram post and said, hey friends, I'm starting a channel, like owning it, so that you can't say anything negative about it because I am choosing to do this publicly in front of you. It shows confidence, it shows empowerment, and anyone who has anything bad to say is most likely just jealous of you having the strength to own your voice like that. Every single human is a creator, is a creative, and so if you're putting yourself out there and someone is too scared to do that, they're going to project that insecurity onto you. So don't listen, stay in your power, stay around people who make you feel like your best self. 3, being deterred by not getting views. For the first few months of having a channel, my videos never got over 100 views. I had like basically no one watching, and it's so easy when you're at that point to stop because you feel embarrassed about how little people are watching your videos. You're like, oh, it's not working, like I'm deluding myself. My message to you is stay in the delulu. Delulu is the salulu. The delulu is so important. Every time you turn on that camera, you've got to be imagining that the thousands of people that you really want to be there are there listening. Don't let it affect your confidence thinking, oh, no one's even gonna watch this. Because I believed every single time I shot a video that one day thousands of people would be watching, and eventually one of my videos went viral, and then people went back and watched my other videos, and they ended up having those hundreds of thousands of views that I had manifested. So you do just have to keep believing it. And number 3, inconsistency. Oh, life gets busy, school gets busy, everything gets busy, but you've got to have discipline to keep creating. Find yourself an accountability partner. It could be someone else who has a creative endeavor that they're trying to do. It can be someone you're scared to disappoint. Whoever it is, make sure you respect them enough that if you were to come to them and say, I can't make a video this week, that would be a scary thing to say to them. And they'll probably turn around to you and be like, what, you're gonna go against what you've said you're gonna do? Like, you need someone who's gonna hold you to this discipline that you're giving yourself. And 4, to prevent inconsistency, you need systems. No one wakes up and creates a perfect video and edits a perfect video all in one day. Like, no, these things have got to become habitual. For example, if you post a video every Saturday, you could say Thursday is the day where I make a thumbnail, Monday is the day I film, Tuesday is the day I edit. Like, start to create these systems in your life around the rest of your schedule so that they're not as much effort. Like, all the different parts are separated out into your schedule and you've just learnt to make them happen. Yay, I'm so excited for you. I just love this corner of the internet, and I genuinely believe that anything you guys have to share is something that's going to make the world a better place. If your life has ever been impacted by a creator, you've been inspired to do something, you've been inspired to make a change, then you know how powerful it is to be a creator. You know the power that you could wield for good if you decided to take up that position, take up that space and share the messages that resonate with you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for growing alongside me, and thank you YouTube for existing and sponsoring today's video, which is crazy. If you want to start your channel, please use this comment section as accountability. Tell us what kind of videos you want to make. Tell us about what your channel is going to be like. Tell us the date that you are going to start that channel. Use this comment section as a place to come back to and be like, oh my gosh, I publicly declared that I'm going to do that. And then when you've created your channels, DM me them so that I can come and support you. Okay, I love you so much, guys. Bye, guys.